chakra lies, so in the hip area. It's really good. It's really good for anybody who's feeling unstabilized or needing that grounding at the moment, which, you know, actually is a lot of the world. I think with everything going on in the world at the moment, people are feeling so uncertain of things, unsure, and I think a lot of people's root chakras are just totally out of whack. So I'm sure this yoga class actually would probably suit a lot of people at the moment. We're all needing a little bit of rooting and grounding, no matter what our dosha types are. Okay, so that is basically me finished the asanas. As I mentioned, I would spend a little bit longer in each pose if I did have somebody in front of me, and I'd also be able to do adaptation. Be able to help them adapt it and align properly, and I do that through verbal adjustment, is the word that I'm looking for. I'd be able to help them adjust through verbal or hands-on. I know you've taught us as well to hands-on, but just making sure to be not standing too close to them, to try and stand in front of them, so that they know where you are all the time, they don't feel vulnerable, they feel safe and things like that. So I would be able to do that in a class if I had a client today. So from where you're sitting in your butterfly pose, you can just easily slip into cross-legged position. And what we're going to do next is pranayama. So I'm just very aware of the time right now. I know I spent a couple of minutes at the beginning explaining what I was going to do, so I know I can add a couple of minutes onto the 40 minutes, but I don't want to take up too much time either. So I'm actually just going to do one pranayama. I was going to do two, but I'll just do one for now. So we're going to do the Nadi Shodhan, and we're going to do this because it helps with the flow of prana, and again, very good for grounding. As I keep repeating. So very good for the flow of prana. So it's basically good for everybody, and it's one of the easiest ones to do. So it's fantastic for beginners, and it's probably my favorite actually out of all of them. So what we do is control our breathing in through and out of our nostrils. So what this helps to do is allow the flow of prana to be balanced, I guess, to work the way it's supposed to be. So your prana is your life force energy. So I know it has a really good effect as well on the main nadis through which the prana flows in our body. So what we do is we always start on the left nostril. So I just take my index and middle finger, place them usually around the third eye, and I use my thumb to block my right nostril, and I take a nice deep inhale through the left. Okay, so inhale right now through your left, and however long it's taken you to inhale, okay, you need to take double the amount of time to exhale. So what you do is you block your left nostril and you exhale out through the right. So the ratio is 1:2. Okay, when you've exhaled out through your right, you then inhale. So it's taken me 5 seconds there. You then block your right nostril and you exhale for 10 seconds out through your left. And again, back in through the left. And out through the right. Inhale through the right. And out through the left. You can keep your eyes closed during the practice, and you can keep your other hand in chin mudra again on your knee. On your inhale, making sure you're getting all of the air out. So what you're doing is getting rid of loads of excess CO2, your carbon dioxide. You're just getting rid of that, and you're increasing your intake of oxygen by getting rid of your CO2. So whenever your next exhale is coming out to the left, you can relax your arms and just fall into your own natural rhythmic breathing. Okay, so this is going to lead you nicely into the final part of our practice, which is our Savasana, and we're going to do our meditation in this position. Your Savasana is basically you lying flat on the ground with your arms put down by your sides, palms facing up. Your legs are hip width apart. You're nice and comfortable. You've got your eyes closed. If anybody has issues with their back, we can always tell them to have a bolster underneath their lower back or underneath their knees. Sometimes really helpful. For anybody like Vata energy again, or nervous or anxious or anything like that, in my classes I usually put blankets over people. I sometimes bring in eye masks as well, and I dim the lights even more so than I have dimmed at the moment. And I'd usually play a little bit of sound healing in the background as well. I love sound healing music like solfeggio. So I'd usually play that in the background, and then have I've got my nice incense as well around. So that is what I would usually do in a meditation. So I'd encourage you now to do as much of that as you possibly can at the moment, lying down in your Savasana position. Make sure you're nice and comfortable, making sure you're warm enough as well, that it doesn't distract you from your practice. And I'm just going to get my notes now, and we're going to do some meditation. So I know you guys said to spend about 5 minutes on this, so this is going to be like a mini yoga nidra. Okay, so once you're in your comfortable position that you know you can maintain for a couple of minutes, start to focus on your breathing. Taking nice deep inhales through the nose, making sure to fill the lungs, push the tummy out. And then breathing out through the mouth. And again in through the nose. Filling the lungs, pushing the tummy out and holding. And then exhale out through the mouth again. You can just take another 1 or 2 of these nice deep breaths, completely in your own time. And the slower the better. And after these breaths now, you can allow yourself to just come back to your natural rhythm of your breaths. And at this point, make yourself aware of your position. Feel the ground underneath you, feel your mat. Become aware of the feeling of the clothing that you've got on. And just how your body feels in general after the practice. This is also a perfect time and opportunity to make any little adjustments that you need. Allow yourself to be as comfortable as you possibly can right now. Next, you can choose a resolve. So this is going to be a positive, life-transforming thought. Maybe something that you desire to be in your life, or that you desire to be. Or that you desire to change. Whatever it is, make sure that your resolve is in present tense to help with manifestation. To be in alignment with the resolve, it has to be in present tense. And in that, you let go of the longing or wishing, and you bring it into just being. So for example, your resolve should start off with I am, instead of I want to be, or I have instead of I wish I had. Keep it short and simple and very clear. So that you can put all your focus into just this one thought, not have it complicated. So you can repeat your resolve now 3 times in your mind, with faith that it can be. You can start to feel it coming through. So we're going to do a mini body scan now. By focusing on the chakras. So we're going to start off with the focus on your crown chakra. For grounding, it's always good to start at the top chakras and move downwards. So again, rooting into Mother Earth. So just become aware of your crown chakra now. Know that it governs the mind, your thoughts, all your head energy, your face, facial expressions. You can imagine now that chakra as a bright white swirling circle at the very top of your head, clearing out any unwanted energies. Helping the mind to calm and soothe. Next, you can bring your attention down to your third eye, which is in between the eyebrows, and a lovely swirling circle of purple. This allows you to tap into your intuition, which allows you to protect yourself in life and to see things as they are, as well as see them as they could be. So use this one now to bring about the manifestation of your resolve. See your situation as it is, and then in its highest possibility. Next, we move down to the throat chakra. So that's in your throat. And it's a lovely bright blue swirling circle. You see this now swirling round and round in the throat area. Again, clearing out any unwanted energies, anything that is not yours, and allowing you to self-express and communicate clearly. So this also governs your thyroid. So if you have any issues there, it's fantastic for clearing that out. And we move now down to the heart chakra, which is a bright green. And in this chakra, you can see your heart now as a whole heart. All the pieces are together, pumping and beating, strong, full of love. And open to love. You can see this green energy now coming out of the heart center and surrounding you. So this is your highest vibration. Next, we move down to your solar plexus. So that's in between your rib cage. You can see this now as a bright yellow. So this is the chakra that allows for self-esteem, for knowing who you are and what you want to do in this world. So allowing this now to push out anything you no longer need, allowing you to come back to your own truth. Next we come down to our sacral chakra. So that's the bright orange, the fire in the belly. What we'll focus on here is rooting and grounding. As you do, you can see the orange glowing and growing. And allowing you to feel grounded in your own energy and who you are. Giving you the power to leave the world just flow by without too much effect. And lastly, down to our root chakra, which is a bright red, and this governs the entire pelvic area. It's your hips and all associated joints, muscles. You can see the bright red chakra now swirling around the energy, pushing out anything that you don't need in the area and allowing you to feel completely stable, calm, grounded and rooted. So whenever you're ready, you can start now to wiggle the toes and fingers to bring your awareness back into the body, into the room. And in your own time, you can roll over onto your right side, still keeping your eyes closed. And then you can bring yourself up to cross-legged seated position. Bringing your hands into Chin Mudra. We're going to chant Om as our closing sequence. So nice deep inhale through the nose. And rubbing your palms together, nice and warm. Placing them over your eyes. You can open your eyes gently. Your hands down into prayer position. Namaste. Guys, I only did half a yoga nidra there, but I felt like I could have gone on way longer and the time is gone. So I hope that's okay. Again, thank you all so much. You've been absolutely fantastic, and I really haven't stopped talking about this course since I've started it. So I just thank you for everything that you guys have done and for making it so easy and accessible. And I know I mentioned in the closing ceremony that it brought a lot together for me. I had elements, I had experience of all the elements, I guess, except the asanas to any great extent. As I say, I'd been to a lot of yoga classes over the years, but not consistently. So that was the part I was looking forward to, and it was brilliant. And every other element was fantastic and helped me to go deeper into those areas than I'd ever been before. So again, it's more than I could have ever asked for. So all the best to all of you guys, and I'm sure I'll be in touch anyway. And yeah, thank you so much again.